Covering all things LEGO, from Minneapolis to Fiverton and LEGO cities beyond. It's Bricking News.
Welcome back to Bricking News. I'm Jason, this is Alex, and we're going to talk some bricks.
Yes, we are.
You missed some very interesting behind-the-scenes stuff. I think we had Mardi Gras Man Tech here running. We've had problems today, so.
I think we got it right now.
We hope.
Yeah, hopefully you're actually seeing this.
That's right. I don't know, maybe not. So it is December, my friend.
December. Woo! We made it to the end of the year. I can't believe it's December
Even better,
already.
we made it through No by November.
Did we?
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting topic.
Teaser.
Yeah. Teaser. Stay tuned.
Yeah, no, we're here. We're in December.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving has come and gone. Before you know it, Christmas will be here.
I gained a few pounds, and I'm going to probably gain a few more pounds.
Well, only if you do it right.
I will do it very right. Yeah, you know it, man.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Bricking news. So this is the of all the bricking news. This is the bricking newsiest. Newsiest.
This is the newsiest.
This is the
segment.
newsiest because we actually talk about real Lego news.
This is the newsies section.
Extra, come and get it. Yeah, something like that. No, this is good stuff. Now, before I go off on whatever I go off on here, you are trying to keep us. I know, very, very crazy, but he has topics that we're going to try to follow, and I'm going to try my best not to derail us on these topics. So I'm just going to I'm going to sit here and go, okay, what's next? The best that I can.
I will say this: normally we have topics, and anyways, we'll see.
We'll
see what happens.
We do go off topic.
Yes, we go
You never
off
know.
topic.
Like, you were asking me, excuse me, you were asking me, like, do you have things you want to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. It's probably best that I don't, because then I don't talk too much, because I go down those rabbit holes, man.
I think you'll still get there.
Probably.
You probably will.
That being said, well, let's go ahead and get started. What's the first topic?
So, first episode of the month, we always talk about what's going on in our city/collection.
Just in case nobody watches our actual videos of our own channels.
Yeah, maybe, I guess, more or less.
More or less.
It gives us something to talk about because you struggle with that.
I do struggle a lot with that, yeah. Who's going first this time?
I don't know.
I'll go first.
Okay, you go
Why?
first.
Why? What the heck?
Why don't
I'll
you go first, Alex?
So the news for what is the news for me? I have let's see, pending news because I have put off my deconstruction of the amusement park because I've had a lot of visitors in November. You included with your church group.
Yes.
Came over.
Yes.
That was actually just last night.
Yeah.
And before that, I had a bunch of kids come over. And then before that, I had my dental hygienist come over with her family or her grandkids. So I had a lot of visitors in November. And so I didn't want to have it be this horrible mess.
I have a question about the dentist.
Yes.
I know when you go to the dentist, they stop at the Lego store. When they come to your house, do they stop at the Lego store?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Maybe they do. Depends.
Know.
I don't know where they're coming from.
Sorry.
I mean, that's
Anyways,
what I do.
I don't mean to digress. Go ahead.
Irregardless. No, it was, so now that that's done, it's funny, I actually have it's like a 10-minute long, 10-minute long video of the process. I got it started, which is all the measuring and the creation of all the panels. That's done, but I don't want to post it and then wait 2 months before I do part 2. So
you have a 10-minute video of you doing nothing.
Basically, no, Mindy and I are in it. We're measuring everything, and then I'm in my garage cutting the wood, putting all the panels together. You saw the panels; they've just been sitting there in the corner of my basement, just waiting for me to use them. But I've hesitated to do the next part because, well, people keep coming over. People keep coming over to my house, checking out the city. I can't get anything done. But no, it's actually great because I've had other things to do, like the Avengers Tower. The new Avengers Tower came out. And that is in my city, and that was creative destruction, So I did that video, that comparison video, and yes, at this moment, the old Avengers Tower, my mock that stood for 7 years, proudly, is gone, and it's sad. But
do we need a moment of silence?
Should we play taps? Sorry.
I was wondering how long
We
you'd
should have.
go.
We should have played. We should have had that on hand. I didn't think about that. See if I prepared. We would have had that, but we don't. Irregardless, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and keep going. So I started, and where is No Buy November in your? Is that the third one?
Oh, it's in there.
Well,
don't
because
worry.
this kind of plays into No Buy November, but what I'm trying to say here is that I wanted to build a new base using the pieces from the old Avengers Tower, and I realized that I was going to easily steal a lot of the pieces to create a new mock
Yeah.
with that base. So what I tried to do is I took a lot of the pieces and I just built a quick skyscraper. You saw it last night, right? So I built that really quick. It looks just like the old one. If it was just like one side, you know, it's still pretty tall. It's just as tall as the new Avengers Tower. I think it was about that same height.
Yeah.
Irregardless, what I'm trying to say here is that what am I trying to say? I'm building a new base for the
hardly
Avengers
ever
Tower,
know.
and it's going to be awesome. Like, it is going to be big, grandiose, and it's going to have a train station inside of it. It's going to be taller. It's going to be another ceiling scraper. Is what I want to do with it. So it's going to be tall. I was going to use the design from Brick Artisan. He has a lot of great designs.
Yep.
But man, it's a little pricey because I don't have all those like pieces for it. So I'm going to try my own design first, and I think I can make it work. But his is a good plan B.
There you go.
But if you haven't, check out Brick Artisan. If you have the Avengers Tower and you want like a very easy solution, if you got some extra money to spend on Bricklink, I think it might be about $100 to $150, that range, to get a really sweet base. It's all about that base for your Avengers Tower that you spend a lot of money on.
Well, if there's something we know about Lego fans and collectors, they have lots of extra money.
Oh yeah,
Especially if they bought Avengers.
tons of expendable income to blow on this and that. Obviously, the Avengers Tower is super cheap at $500. You know what's funny? That was one of the few rumors that had a price tag that was actually over the real price tag. I thought that was interesting.
I wonder if originally it was higher and they lowered it because they've struggled with some of the sets. Just a thought. I don't. It's just my guess, but
$25.
yeah, because I know that was with the battle pack, the Star Wars battle pack.
Yeah.
That came out. It was supposed to be like $5 more.
Oh, really?
And there were some ads
no
that showed
kidding.
it at a higher price.
Ooh.
So I'm curious if they've like, we gotta dial
Crank
it
it
back
back.
a minute.
Yeah.
We
there you
don't
go.
we don't need a bunch of Black Panther busts.
Oh man, no kidding. No, it was no, it's a good set. 30 plus minifigures, man. That's just crazy. But yeah, no, that's what I'm working on right now, and I had to order pieces for it. I did not have the pieces that I wanted for it, so I had to make a Bricklink order for a lot of pieces.
And in a minute, you'll find out what month he bought those in.
Yeah, they arrived actually today. They arrived
They don't
before
know
I
when
left.
this is.
Well, today is.
Don't tell people. You're gonna ruin the suspense, and they're gonna quit watching.
Sorry.
Oh, this is on your channel. I don't care.
Oh, okay. Well, we can screw up all we want then. So it doesn't matter. People know I screw up all the time on my videos. It's all good. No, that's.
First one was bringing me on.
I know.
I know.
That was like, what am I doing? But it's all been good. No, and then what do you call it? The castle theme had Magisto's Magical Workshop. A lot of mixed reviews about the Magisto's Magical Workshop.
I would say yours was one of those too, though. I think you were kind of mixed on it.
I was
With
mixed.
the
I
feeling
was
got
I
from
was
watching.
so excited for it. I was pumped, but when I actually built it, I was actually disappointed. It's fine as a gift with purchase, but it's not as awesome as I thought it was. So there you go. It's still cool to see. I mean, it looks like the original. It's just
But
that
was
there
the
was.
original one that awesome?
I see. I don't really know.
Because that's the thing. I mean,
I don't know.
it looks like it's
I-
pretty similar to the original.
It looks very similar, but they really swung and missed on the minifigures. That was like the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, there
And
was no printing on.
There was no printing. Like I looked at the other Magisto I had in my walking around the paths, and he is decked out.
Yeah.
And I don't know where he came from, honestly. I don't think he's even from the Lion Knight's castle.
I think I know where he came from. I think he might have come from an advent calendar.
Was he in the Advent
I
calendar?
think that's where it came from.
Oh, so
So-
that was the expectation there, and in
You're
his
welcome.
hat. So yeah, you gifted me that Advent calendar. That was about a year or so ago, And yeah, I think you're right.
I think it
but he
was
looks great. He has normal like walking legs. He doesn't have the
he
robe.
doesn't
He doesn't have the robe.
wedge.
But his pants, they're all decked out and his hat is too.
Okay.
This guy that came in Magisto's Magical Workshop, just plain blue, boring plain blue, and no shield for the female
Yeah, a
soldier.
lot of people I heard him complain about that.
Yeah, but yeah, they complain more about the fact that it's a female character instead of a male that they did not get. And you know what though? I think there was also a lot of. See, here we go again. Gosh, talking a lot about this Magisto's Magical Workshop.
You blamed Ask Alex on you ranting. This has nothing to do with that.
Well, but here's the thing: when you look at one of those, what's the theme called? The sub theme for that. It's not Dragon Masters. It's not Dragon Masters. Oh shoot!
So.
See, this is where I get myself in trouble with those who are really like hardcore into the castle theme.
Yeah.
But when I look at the minifigures, and I have some, they look amazing. They're so unique with their printing and their legs, and because they're different colors. They'll have blue on this side and black on that side, and vice versa for the pants. And they could have made a lot of people happy with that nostalgic set from 30 years ago. I can't believe it's been 30 years. 30 years ago. 1993, that seems like it's 10 years ago to me.
That's because we're old.
Hey.
No, when people say, hey, this was 20 years ago, do you think of the 80s?
In 1989 is what I think
Yeah,
of.
exactly. Then I'm like, oh,
No.
wait, no, that's closer to 40 years ago.
No, it was fine. I do wish, though, and I said this in my rant, that we could just buy them off the shelf if we want them. That's all. That was it. So I don't know how the heck I got off the rails there that much, but there it is.
I don't know. You didn't even tell us about your train you got.
I was gonna say I motorized my train, and you know it's funny because
this is the Orient Express.
This is the Orient Express. Yeah, so the Orient Express. This new train, a lot of controversy about it, but a lot of the more recent controversy is because it's not motorized, and the designer said, I really tried really hard. So basically they take it as Lego says this can't be motorized. And you know, when you say that to the Lego community, they go, all right, that sounds like a challenge to me. And
first they say, "Oh man," and
yeah, people get ticked off.
They say,
yeah,
oh, we're
and
gonna show you.
that's why I didn't recommend it in my review video. I was like, I can't recommend this because it's this incredible looking train, and I think it is a good looking train. Don't get me wrong, but because it's not motorized, I wouldn't. It's $300, and let's say that they did get it motorized and they included the battery pack. That's going to be $350 to $370.
That's a lot.
Or even $400 for that matter. Because I think it was Racing Brick that used the powered up for it, and I haven't seen that video because I just did that video today as we are making this, and half of the comments told me to check that out. I was like, all right, I'll check it out, but I had 9-volt motors, and I put them on there, and gosh dang, dude, 9-volt motors are just where it's at. They are so easy to use. You just slap them on, no wires going all over the place in the trains. You know, just plug it into your wall and let it go. You're recharging your batteries, buying batteries, putting a battery pack and an IR receiver in this.
Welcome to Rants and Reviews. Oh, sorry.
I am ranting, aren't I? Gosh darn, man.
I'm just going to start saying that when you go off on a rant.
No, that's good. No, it's I got to pump the brakes there. No, you're right. See, I'm so terrible, guys. I know.
Are you going to, the question is, are you going to keep it in the city?
Do I want to? Yes.
No. Are you going to? Because the train cars are a lot longer, right? That I think is going to be a bigger issue.
I've gone through the effort of making it go through the city. Okay. I have made some adjustments to buildings, the airport shuttle, but I don't think it's going to stay. I think there's an argument to be made about putting it in the city as kind of a display train. Yeah. That's one heck of a big display train, but...
Well, but you could have it, like, parked, like it's getting ready to go somewhere. It doesn't have to drive, right, if you... Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, maybe the amusement rebuild can have it in there, something like that. It's kind of like a little attraction. The kids can kind of go in it and like, hey, this is a historical thing, and here's a cool train, and people can have access to go inside the carts, and kids can look in the train engine. I don't know. Maybe that. You know what? That is a great idea. I'll figure that out.
Oh, by the way, that being the case, and this is also news. Sorry, I'm going on. We're like an hour into this already. Irregardless, doesn't matter. I'm talking. I'm having a good time here.
You're talking about a lot of new things, considering it was no by November. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But there was a great suggestion that you made, and people have. Ooh. To be fair, other people have recommended this to me, and I go, I ain't doing that. But when you recommended it, I think it was the timing of it all. Yeah. And you were talking about like you're going to redo your amusement park. Maybe you get rid of that front road.
Oh yeah, the one on the side.
Because you can get a lot more real estate. And I have had that question before. I'm like, no, I like my road. I like having a road that drives all the way through the city, from one end to the
end of the table.
To the end of the very end of the table. Yes. And I thought, you know what? I think maybe it's time, because space is space. Maybe it's time to space. The final frontier. These are the roads that go to nowhere. Alex's ongoing challenge to find more space. Darn you, Jason.
You said space, not me.
Well, you said it that way, and then I immediately go, squirrel. What was I saying? Anyway, I think I'm gonna.
You were saying I did a great job.
You did a great job. Well done, Jason. I'm actually gonna listen to this comment this time and actually do it. Not that, like, let's say that you commented and said that, and your reviewer's like, "Hey, that's what I said, Alex, to you 3 years ago." You're right, and I'm listening to you now. You reminded me. So there you go. He and you were physically there. You were like, "Oh, why don't you just get rid of that?" I'm like, maybe it's time. We shall see, but that does create a problem, because I have to kind of re-angle that train track that's coming out on that front side. So do I move that forward? Do I keep it where it is? I don't know. There's a lot of cool things that we can do with that area, which is kind of interesting, because I just barely rebuilt that. That was the last rebuild I did, was the amusement park.
Yeah, that was.
And it's the next one I'm doing, so
it's neglecting downtown.
Vicious cycle. I know I am. I really am. I was doing some cleaning. It was right before you came over. I was cleaning, and then I noticed some dust on that red train station, and I had that thing in a million pieces. Because I noticed, like, when you take a piece off, you can see the difference.
You can see the row of dust.
And I took that thing completely apart. It was in pieces all over the place. And I had it almost back together when you rang the doorbell.
So the question I have, does this ever happen to you? You take it apart, and then you are struggling to put it back together?
I was struggling to put it back together.
Like, crap, and I have to get out the instruction book sometime, because I just can't figure out where this one piece goes. I hate it.
Here's what I did with it. I rebuilt it, and I made it modular. I made it so you can take the top off and see inside. I was like, if I'm going to do this, let's do it the right way. Because I was thinking in the future when I clean it again, because that's what I couldn't get the areas inside.
Yeah.
I was like, too late now. Anyway, so that was a lot of news that you probably didn't care to hear, but you got it anyway here at Breaking News. Back to you, Jason.
All right.
What you got, man?
It was no by November. I bought nothing. That's all I have.
Really?
So let's see. What do I have going on? You may have seen the video. I added 3 more Oswald vignettes. So
I saw the video.
Now.
Yes.
So you can actually see them over there.
I can see them.
Too bad you're not here.
But you can't.
So I have 2 more that I'm going to do that are themed, that'll fit kind of around the holidays. So those will be coming out soon. So they've been kind of fun. It's been interesting to.
It's a different challenge.
It is.
Because you're doing it at such a smaller scale. I thought you did a great job on that elephant.
That is the biggest problem.
That was really
the
cool.
elephant. So I did the elephant, and I also did the one with the trolley. Both of those, and this is the thing that has been the hardest for me to learn and manage. As you build, you only can go. The plate is 8 studs wide, right? So you can't go bigger than that. And so, like, the first one I built was the trolley, and the trolley was 8 studs long, and I couldn't make it fit. This is it's a trolley on a plate. That's the end.
Yeah.
It didn't really work. So I had to alter it. And then the elephant, I made an elephant that actually looked a little bit better. But it was like 9 studs long, and there was no way to fit it on there. So I ended up tweaking it. And I was happy with it. I think they've turned out pretty good. At least you can tell what they are, kind of.
Yes.
So No, so I have that going on as far as, I guess, the Oswald news. I have been noodling around with building a mock here. Alex was just telling me how cool it was, and I told him I'm going to tear it apart. I don't like it.
Yeah, I stopped mid-sentence. I was talking like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. What is this?
This is true. So no, I've been thinking about putting a church here for space, and you may have seen a video I did on my channel. Space is an issue, right? Just like he talked about.
The final frontier.
Yes. So I have come to a decision. I think I'm going to take the train out of my city.
You know,
I just can't. It's just a basic loop is really all it is. It's so small. I like the movement.
That's the start in all of our cities. It's just a loop.
But
it just
takes up so much space.
It does. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I know some people's opinion, but I have nowhere to go with it.
He does have somewhere to go.
You know who you are. Just shut up. That's what my wife is telling you right now.
Just channeling through you there.
Yeah, pretty much. No, so I saw something online that kind of sparked some inspiration. So I have a plan for this area where the train is, and I think it will be a much better use.
I have a plan. What percentage of a plan?
12% of a plan. I think
12%?
So that's it. I hate to do it, but when we get more room, then I'll expand it out. But for now, I think I'm just gonna.
That's a tough decision, but I think it's the right one to do. I think it'll give you a lot more freedom to get things in there that you want to get in there.
It's just hard because when you're dealing, what am I, 6 or 7 plates wide by 6 or 7 deep. It's not a huge amount of space, and you just need much more for
space.
Guess what's coming on the next bingo card?
That's right. Put that one in there. Space, the final frontier.
Yeah, so that's kind of it.
No, that's sad news, man.
I've done a few reviews. So that's the other thing I guess I would say. I've started doing weekly reviews on my channel. I kind of went away from doing reviews because I don't get anything new or cool or free. I don't know who I'm talking. No, I mean, by the time I get something, most people have seen it. So that's why I kind of stopped doing those. But I think it was when we were on the A-Fool, or maybe when I was just on there. We were talking about that, and I had said, I don't really do the reviews.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was Jabo said, no, you should do them, and encouraged me because he said people would be interested in your take on things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I still don't know that I believe that part, but I've started doing them, and I'm trying to pick things that are, like recently I've done some of the sets that are retiring soon. So that way if people want to get it, it doesn't help to do a review 3 years after it retired. But so I did, and I've done some smaller, kind of more niche things. Like I haven't seen a lot of land reviews on like that otter habitat or things like that. So or the that truck thing.
The truck thing?
Yeah. I know you haven't watched that one.
It's
okay, but I didn't like it. The end.
Well, yeah, because I didn't. I had it and I gave it away.
He told me, he's like, I didn't watch it because I didn't want to have regret.
Yeah.
I said, oh no, you should watch my video.
I was like, oh, okay, now I feel better about giving away. I did it as a sub for Santa. I'm like, there you go. I'm like, hey, this is a sealed set. I was like looking. I'm like, I don't think I need this. So,
Anyway.
But you know what? I will say this. I do enjoy your videos, your review videos. I've been enjoying them. So
I don't know. It's been kind of fun to do. They're probably more work than a lot of the videos because I plan out what I'm going to say and I have my categories.
Reviews are the most work. Yeah.
Well, unless you wing it. Sometimes I like to wing it. It's just easier.
We'll wing it. That's a bad pun.
Thank you. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much all I have as far as updates in my city. I guess other than we had the attempted Oswald world record domino rally. and I know people said, this is the other thing, I didn't put this in the video, and I may have commented on a couple. Some people were like, oh man, I was hoping it was going to make it. I promise you, it made it like 90% of the way like 4 times. Because as I was setting them up, I kept bumping one and all the way through the city. And then I would set up another 50 Oswald. So the last time when it I'm like, well, that's what it is. We'll just finish it off. There you go. The end.
Nice.
So,
really nice. Well, there you go. There you have it, folks. There's your news.
Huh. All right, so we will talk about. We'll get to the first thing. We've already teased it. No by November.
Totally did it. Yeah.
So let's see. Jabo, out of here. The next one to fall, I think Mardi Gras Man. The guy that pushed the stupid thing. Could you believe that? He's like, well, it was a Iron Man polybag, or I don't know, whatever. Like they both went out on like a stupid minifigure.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. You're the one that's putting us through this. So there you go.
Why we even agree to it?
Mardi Gras Man out.
He's out of there.
And then it was you, me, and Joey.
Yeah.
And evidently Joey went out because he was buying, I think he was buying those purple pieces for his designer set that he got instructions to.
How far did he make it though?
I think he beat Mardi Gras Man and Jabo. Well,
Jabo made it like it was out there.
It was like an hour and a half. I'm out.
But he could have called that.
He was like Kramer inside.
Hold on a second. But he could have said that was his cheat day right off the bat, right?
Well, yeah, he did a cheat day, and then he bought something like a day later. Like, he was super fast.
That was quick. He's like, I think he couldn't care less that he was doing it. He's like, whatever.
Well, and you know our feelings if you watched the last, or at least my feelings if you watched the last episode.
Mercy.
So, and I used my cheat day because I went and did that draft. And I was happy with the pieces I got, so I was glad I did that.
You went out on a draft, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, that was my
Was that your cheat day?
That was my cheat day.
Well, then what ended it for you then?
So then I bought...
But what was the actual dagger?
It was Black Friday.
Oh, that's right.
Because remember, I called you. I was
we were on the
Southern
phone.
Utah, and I called him.
We were on the phone late at night. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. It's like, hey, because you texted me, and it was I think just a few minutes past 10 o'clock. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. So I got on, and I couldn't get on. I'm like, it's like you're in a wait list. I'm like, reset, refresh.
Every drop, it's like that. I was in like right away.
Good for you.
And so I bought the Lion Ice Castle. 25% off. I just could not pass that up. Plus, 2 gifts with purchase.
I couldn't believe the deals going on. Like those were really good deals. Like those are probably one of the best deals I've seen from Lego in a long time. Because those weren't junk sets. Those were premium Lego sets. They had the Loop coaster. Yeah. They had the Lion Knight's Castle. There was another one that was good.
I think the Razor Crest was on sale.
The Razor Crest was on sale. Yes.
They had like 200 sets that were on sale.
Yeah, but the ones that were memorable.
I bought the Heroes of Endor brickheads.
Yeah, right.
That was 40% off, and that's retiring.
The Hulkbuster had a pretty sweet discount too. If you didn't have that,
well, I think the Black Panther bust was on sale.
I think. Well,
they had the Lunar New Year's parade.
Was
40% off because that was like $70. That
seems.
Good deal.
I think 40% is the biggest discount we've seen on any of those. Right? I don't think I've ever seen it more than 40%.
It's pretty rare to see something lower
more than half off. Yeah.
It has to be a real bad set to be.
But no, I was irked because for me, like I bought the Loop coaster full price and I bought the Razor Crest full price, so I was a little irked. But at the same time, I've had the pride of ownership for as long as I've had them, So I guess there's that. But I was bent about the Razor Crest, especially. I was like, oh, I should have
I bought
waited.
the Loop coaster last year when they had it on the Black Friday deal. They had the deal where
what was that deal then?
I saved $100 on it, I think. Is what it was, because I think it was you redeem like 100 points and you got it or something. You got the discount. I think that's what it was. There was
some pouting from our friends.
Ask you about that.
Friends across
People
the pond.
People overseas were not happy with us
because they did not have those deals. They had some, but nothing like ours on those premium Lego sets, and they were crying about it.
Yeah. Well, I can't blame them.
Yeah, but I think it was Jabo that made the comment like tough. I don't feel bad for them because they get a lot of early access to sets. Yeah. And I said, you know what, you're absolutely right.
Well, that was, I think, my comment where I said, well, they can get in their car and drive up to get a pirate. None of us can do that.
That's true, yeah. Like one of the recent, well, it's not very recent, but the 3-in-1 Creator pirate ship. Yeah. Gosh, I was so stoked about that because I hadn't got back into the pirates at all. I had no pirate ships at all. And so when I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to get me back into it. It's a good one. And then I saw like, wait, how can people get it? I saw people posting it online. I'm like, oh, what the heck? How'd you get that? It's like, I got at the Lego store today. And mine just says not available till August 1st or whatever it was. I'm like, that's a month away.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, like, oh, our our friends across the pond get a lot of early access.
Well, that's how it was with the boat ones you got, the Arctic Explorer, right? Didn't those? come out, like, in
those
June,
were.
but
Yeah,
they
you're
didn't come
right.
out here till like
yeah,
August?
no, that's totally right.
like that.
And that's what kind of. Man, okay, I'll try not to go off too much here.
Welcome to Rants and Reviews.
But when I get the information from the land, I have an embargo date, but I want to know when it's going to be released. I don't want to just like, here's these sets. People want to know when they can get these, how much is it going to cost?
Yeah.
Like those are the big questions that I want to answer.
That's the problem they have with the gift with purchase they send you. Like they don't give
I have
you
no
any
idea.
details.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because I noticed all the land people are like, I think it'll probably be. It's like, well,
yeah, I don't like that. That's garbage to me. I want to know. Like, I don't want to just be
that's
like,
not fair to you.
Yeah, I want to know exactly how it's going to happen, how much you're going to need to spend, and when when it's going to be actually available. Like we just have the embargo date, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but it's risky because you're pushing it, and you're waiting for that press release for it, and some of them you can get away with that, like the small sets, you can get away with that. But if there's something larger, you're like, what is going on here, man? Kind of help me out. But yeah, I remember emailing, not emailing, but just kind of posting on the land, like, what's the deal with these sets? And because it's not clear, it never is. Anyway, I digress.
Oh, so this is what I forgot. We got sidetracked. Everyone was out on No by November, because I'll tell you what happened. You were the last one in.
Yes.
Because you used your cheat day on the truck, I think it was.
Yeah.
Right?
So I blame you
please.
for. Okay, let me back it up.
No,
time out.
I just tell you if it's on
Time
sale.
out.
You make your
Time
own
out.
decisions.
I am calling timeout. Throwing the flag. So
It's not my fault you don't have
here's
self-control.
so that's what my wife says all the time to me. So here's the deal with No by November. I went into it very confidently that I was going to win. Because, yes, I do get, and maybe I do cheat because I got those land sets. I got the Avengers Tower and I got the train, and I got a couple of smaller ones too. I was like, this is great. So I'm getting Lego, but not spending money on them, right? And I thought I was going to cruise through November, no problem. Because there's nothing I want. And I doubt there's anything that's going to show up that I want. And then you, punk, text me, and you've done that. You do this to me all the time. It's like, hey, this is on sale. I'm like, I'm not going to get it. Or I'm too late. I'm too late.
Well, that's an Amazon problem because I ranted about that. It's like, it's on for, it's gone.
Yeah, but
because
this
they
one
had the modular they had the bookstore, $139.
Yeah, and so I went online and it was.
I was looking at it and I was adding it to my cart.
Mm-hmm. And it was
and
gone.
It showed in my cart, but it wouldn't let me check out. It was gone.
No!
It went away while I was trying to buy one.
Well, there you go.
Anyways, so go ahead. I tell you, I
told me this deal.
I am the temptress in Alex's life.
You are, and see, Mindy, if you're watching, it's his fault. So I go online, and there was something I was buying a gift for my dad, and it was Star Trek related, if you can believe that. Really? But anyway, I know, funny, right? And I see that, I'm like, add to cart. I'm like, it was 20% off, I think.
I think
this is
under 100.
What's it called? The garden truck, the seasonal truck. It's like that red truck.
Like
I don't know.
Old Chevy truck.
But I wanted it. I wanted it for as long as it's been out.
Truck.
Farmer's market. Yeah, that's
Farmer
it.
Truck.
And because I want to put it on big wheels. Anyway, so I got that, and I got my dad's gift, and I was like, that's a good deal. So that was my cheat day. I was like, and that was halfway through the month.
Yeah.
I was like, 2 more weeks, piece of cake. Oh. And then you text me out of the blue. This is like a week ago, right?
So no, this was on Black Friday.
Was it on Black Friday?
It was Black Friday because I messaged both you and Joey. I'm like, hey, they're pre-selling the new CMF, the one that's going to have the goat.
Yeah, but just so
I know. So I'll just tell you the reason I reached out. I said, hey, I know Brick Trains always get screwed on these things. I'm like, and I know you and I have talked about should we go in on a case so we get a set. And it's like, okay, well, it's the two of us, because this one's not like Disney where it's 2 sets, it's 3 sets. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, well, if we get him to go in, he'll get a set, you'll get a set, I get a set, we all get...
Everybody gets a set.
You get a set, you get a set.
You get a set.
Yeah, we're just like Oprah over here, just giving out mad stacks. But, so we've pre-ordered a box, it will come.
However...
And so we're all out on...
Whoa, time out again.
I bought
time
things
out
and
again.
I don't have any of them. I went out on things I don't have.
You could think about, okay, look at it this way. That could be something like, because did they charge you right away for that?
Yes, they charged
me. Oh, okay, because I haven't paid you yet. and we're not going to get them. We're not going to get. Oh, yeah. He's like sending Guido to break my
Taking
thumbs.
receipts.
So I'm like, well, technically, I am still okay.
Well, the Lion Knights Castle hasn't charged yet, so
yeah. See,
I win.
But I went through. Okay, so Black Friday, I did not buy a thing. Nope, nothing in there. I mean, I was tempted. I was like, these are great deals, but I already have these sets.
Ooh, you did buy something. You bought CMFs.
No, but that's the thing I'm saying, man. I didn't really buy them. I have planned to buy them through you.
What he means is I bought them for him.
And I'll buy them from him later, after November is over.
This sounds a lot like the the Jimmy method of buying minifigs.
Jimmy's a smart kid. Regardless, it doesn't matter.
There is a sucker in this equation, and it's me.
But here's what happened. Here's what happened. And I didn't make it, and here's why. And it's because...
But you made it longer, and you won.
I did. So there you go. Moral victory. But I think, like I said, it was a few days ago. I was building the base of the Avengers Tower, and it just wasn't coming together for me. I'm like, I don't have the pieces to make this look the way I want it to look. I want it to look good.
Wait, this was after Black Friday, right?
This is after Black Friday. Okay. Yeah.
I'm
on there. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this looks terrible. Nothing's working out. I don't have the pieces I need to make this thing look awesome. I don't want it to look blocky and ugly. I want it to look stylish. It's the Avengers Tower base thingy. It's all about that base
thingy.
So I got online, and I'm like looking at the pieces they have, and I noticed that they had back in stock on the bestseller list those round 2x2 brown pieces for the tree trunks. Oh. And I'm like, yes! I bought like hundreds of them, along with the other pieces that I needed to make my Avengers Tower base look good.
So you're saying you'll have trees now?
I will have more trees. Because I had a lot of leaves. You hooked me up with some leaves, and all those are just sitting in there.
Bad influence, evidently.
See, Mindy?
She doesn't watch.
She doesn't watch.
My wife watches, because that's how I get in trouble. Anyway.
Or maybe she isn't. She's not telling me, so that way she can get some dirt or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, gosh, I didn't make it. Honestly, even if I had that out of not paying you, let's say, then I still did not make it. I bought the truck, and I bought a brick. I did. They still had the they had the Black Friday deal on the T-Rex breakout.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah. So I bought that.
The diorama.
The diorama one, yeah. So I bought that. So but that's on back order. I won't get that until 30 years. So.
Was that on Lego?
It was on LegoShop.com.
Was that on 30% off, I think?
It was 20 or 30%. I think it was, is it a $100 set?
It's a $100 set.
I got it for 80, so
okay.
Do the math. Yeah, 20%. And so I thought that was a decent deal. I wanted it. Yeah. I did want it. And you know what? I'm such an idiot. I shouldn't have said that on tape. Now you're going to like take that segment like, I'm such an idiot. So I bought those insider,
first off,
$5 insider thingies.
I would never take audio and use it against someone.
No, never.
Right, fools? Continue.
I'm a victim too.
Yes, I did those too. The $5.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to redeem
insider
them.
Point. You couldn't? Why?
No, I don't know where they are. They never sent me the email. They charged me. I can't get them. They're not in my email.
That's no.
And I'm like, how do you get these? So help me out, man. I copied them
as I bought them.
That's what I should have done. Yeah. But I was on the phone with somebody. Like, oh yeah, okay, it looks like I can buy 3 of them, redeem. Oh,
did you check your junk email?
That's what I got to check next. Well, let me check my spam.
We'll let Alex check his email.
It doesn't, I guess what I'm trying to say over the last 25 minutes of this video is that none of us made it through No Buy November. We'll try again with No Buy February, March.
Well, I do have a thought on that.
I'm having a thought about it.
I do have a thought on that. All right, so this is my thought. If we want to do this stupid thing again, that's a whole big different if. First off, we don't do it in November. Let's do it when, there's no good deals. So we pick like February 1st. We don't have to have a catchy name. I don't really care about that. No Buy February, fine. This is what we do. And you have to admit, I think we talked about this, you have an advantage because you get free Lego sets.
Yeah, so do we need to...
This is my proposal if the A-Fools want to do this. I'm not going to push like Mardi Gras Man, but my thought is, okay, we do this. It's just who goes the longest. You have no cheat day.
Who goes the
No
long?
cheat day. So once you buy anything Lego, you're out. The end. Whether it's for you, I don't know. Do we say your Bricklink store too?
My Bricklink store. What do you mean?
Them.
Oh,
they
them?
have Bricklink stores.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want that to be an excuse. Just like for you, you get Lego sets. I'm not going to say you can't accept land sets, but my proposal is you can't do a review of any land set during that time. Because you can still get them. You'll just have to do it late. So, you know, if you get a stunt set, you're fine with that. But if you get an Avengers Tower, you're going to be like, no, I got to do this. So that way, it makes it a little more fair, in my opinion.
Oh, I got the...
And...
oh, go ahead. Sorry, you're still
this
talking.
Is the other thing. We have to have it tied to something. You got to have some skin in the game.
Got to have some...
Whether it's,
some value,
I don't know, a little set or something. That's my proposal.
Our balls are in your court.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out with the fools, the A-fools.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Was it on the 25th? Is that when
I got
did
mine
it?
like right away.
You got yours right away?
Yeah.
I'm not
So it
seeing it
would've
in
been-
spam.
Was it that night?
That night. Lego News.
This is a compelling video.
Man, I don't know. I just wasted...
Welcome to Breaking News, where Alex checks his email.
Yeah, it's not in there, man.
I'll
maybe...
look. I'll tell you what mine said. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, we'll check it out. Dang it, man. Yeah. Anyway, I could have had more, like $15 off more than that. Just that $20. Regardless, doesn't matter. I'm not a Mountain Dew.
I'll get you another one.
All right.
Okay.
Next topic.
Well,
So
we've covered the Black
we've
Friday.
beaten that to death.
You did a video on this. There is the new Bricklink designer program sets that came out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there was the Harbor Master.
The Harbor Master.
There was that little food cabin thing. Like the
food cabin.
I don't know. There was like the camper.
Oh, the camper, the camping site. Yeah.
There was that one.
There was the ruins.
Chocolatier.
The chocolatier looked like it was
That's
the favorite.
Winner, I
yeah.
think. There was the ruins and then the castle thing.
The big, the Forestman Castle.
It had like
Man,
the bridge
huge.
between it or something.
Yes.
Or was it? I can't remember. So I don't know. What do you think? You gonna get any of those?
I want some of them. Yes, I want the chocolatiers, the chocolate factory, basically.
Yeah.
I want the Forestman Castle, and I want the Harbor Master. You know, someone made a good point though in the comments section after I made that video, because I was making my my estimation of the cost, and he said, "Alex, you're probably way too low, dude." It's like, you're probably right. They're probably whatever I think. Add another $100.
Probably.
And so but no, I think what I'll try to do is go ahead and try to pre-order them, and then just worry about the hitting my credit card later. My future Alex will have to worry about how to pay for them.
Because it's like 9 months later.
It's 9 months later, right? Yeah. So it becomes problematic because there's been 3 waves so far, right? And it's 5 each time. And the first one had something that I think a lot of train enthusiasts are going to want, and that's a train engine shed. Yeah. I think people are going to love that. And I want...
Isn't that in February?
That's coming up here in February. Yeah, it's when pre-orders. Yeah.
Get online now.
Yeah, right. Mark your calendars. And I can't remember. There's also a castle in that, like with a dragon in the basement or dungeon. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Dungeons and Dragons. But that had a couple of great designs in it. So it becomes an issue if you order 2 or 3 in each wave. Every 3 months, you're getting this card. Your credit card's hitting like, whoa, $1,200. Someone's got my credit card.
Well, the good news is you can sell them to afford next month's purchase.
Yeah, that's where it becomes controversial.
I know.
Yeah,
we've discussed that many times.
We have discussed it, and because I love it, but I also hate it for that. Because I just want the set, but a lot of people like, ooh, people want these, and they'll pay top dollar for them.
Yeah.
So let's change the attitude. Let's change the commentary on it. Nobody wants these, so if you buy an extra copy, it's just going to sit there and gather dust.
But Nobody is funny because there are a lot of people that complain about it. Like no one likes the process, but then everyone does it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Like that big awesome train station that was a Bricklink set. Mm-hmm. There was somebody who had that for sale at the Brick Slopes convention for double the price. So I'm like, that's cool. I would love it, but I ain't got that kind of money just sitting around. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't spend it on that. Yeah.
All right. The one I like the chocolatier. I think if I was to get one, that would be the one.
It does look good. I think that's going to be the first instant sellout. But the thing with, and correct me if I'm wrong, but those designs are not really modified by Lego. They go, okay, it is sold as is. So they don't go through the whole process of Lego ideas like, okay, let's make this thing look
like the
simple.
Orient Express did.
Like the Orient Express or the K-Trim 7, things like that. Look nothing like the fan design. So these ones do. There's no physical instructions, though. It's all online. It's digital. Cost-saving measure, I guess, to make this all work. Wow. But, man, it's a slow, painful process. So basically you forget all about it. When you make the designs, or when you order the designs, you're excited about it. But then, 14 years later, like, oh, what did I buy? Anyway, being a little sarcastic in the timeline there, but it is a long process, like 9 months.
Yeah.
Like this stuff, the crowdfunding starts in 9 months. That's not when the set's made.
Yeah.
That's when crowdfunding happens.
Those people that have, they lost their credit card and changed it.
Oh, yeah.
Or if your credit card declines, nope, too bad, you're out.
Don't get it. Sorry about that.
Because I've heard people where that's happened, and it's not pretty.
No, it ain't pretty. Anyway, so there's that.
Let's see. Oh, so next year, it sounds like they're going to go pretty heavy on space. So there's been a few.
The final frontier.
So they're going to go on the original non-Earth sets, the original non-Earth theme.
But this is,
I can't say the word anymore.
I think this is a fantastic thing.
Well, so the rumor is they're going to have one of the CMFs, I think might be the one after the one with the goat, that's going to be like a space theme.
Space.
But they have sets they're coming out. There's like a lunar rover. I've seen pictures leaked of that one.
I saw the leaked pictures.
There's also like some sort of spacecraft. They don't look quite. They don't look like
the boxing is different.
Yeah.
They have
modern.
Sure, but this is all for next year, and I'm very excited about it because it's not. It's almost like the we've had space sets, like it's space city sets.
Yeah.
You think back in like the 90s where they always had like a space shuttle. I think it was 1995 where they had that classic space shuttle with the red scaffolding on it.
Yeah.
I have that in storage somewhere, and it's a great set. And the these. When was it? What was it? Like 20 years ago? Maybe it was the 90s. They had the ones that had the batteries in it and that made sound and lights. Wee, 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 wee. They were blue. Yeah. I have a bunch of those, but I had them in my city for a while, but they're all I think they're all pretty yellow too, now that I think about it. But anyway. But no, this is kind of fun because it's like, it's kind of like an original design. And I kind of liken it to the Arctic sets, the Arctic City. These are great city sub-themes that are really diversifying it. And just getting like, and just kind of, giving Star Wars, I was going to say something else, but telling them where to go.
It's giving those people who like the classic space, but are not Star Wars fans. It gives them an outlet.
Yeah,
because
it's great.
They're not necessarily the same fan base.
Yes. Way to diversify, get away from IPs, Lego. No, I'm excited about it.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to see how they do that CMF series, if it is indeed all space. Like, are they going to just be different colored? Or are they going to be different outfits?
I think, I don't know if they would go that crazy with it. I wouldn't mind it. I think that'd be great. I would get the whole set, man. I would say you, Joey, and I.
Do you think they're going to do a purple spaceman and screw everyone over that put one together off of the...
Might as well. Well, Lego's going to look at demand. Like, if people want it, they're going to make it. They don't care about the secondary market. Like, oh, this is worth $1,000. Well, let's pump it out.
That's what they want. They know people will buy it. That's why they put the goat in the CMF.
So time out again here. That's the thing. That's our new thing. Is time out.
Someone had a comment in the last episode. So
time out. Alex calls a timeout. That's his second timeout. I only get 3. So I only get 3 each video.
That's my bad whistle.
That's Alex's third and final timeout. I can't remember what I was going to say now.
You should get a rant count. Like,
a rant count?
Every time you do... Okay, Alex is using a rant.
Yes, I know, right? What was I going to say? It was about...
Timeout, you said.
I know it was about timing out, but now I can't. I've timed my brain out. Space. Oh no. It was one of the people that were visiting. It was over at Thanksgiving. I got home and my neighbors had a bunch of family over and they all came over when I was home. I was like, hey, I'm home now. So they're all looking all over the place. There's tons of people. And one of the kids, he's actually been to my house many times, and I've seen him at Brick Slopes a lot. Okay. Great kid, and his siblings are there too. And it was kind of towards the end of the visit, and they were talking about stuff and Lego sets, and obviously, and about minifigures. And I said, I collect minifigures. I don't really have a lot of valuable minifigures. And the kid says, yeah, you do. I was like, no, I don't really know which ones. Like, yeah, you have Captain Rex. I'm like, I don't have Captain Rex. He's like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
I was like, what? Show me. He's like, come on. So it goes like, he's right there. And I went, oh, I had no idea I had a Captain Rex.
Because I was asking him when he told me this, I said, you don't buy these Star Wars sets. Why do you have that?
Because
he fleeced the little kid.
No, he wanted.
Sounds better than your description.
I thought he ripped me off until that moment. I was like, man, I gave that kid way too much money for this.
This is how we get people to watch. We have headlines. Alex steals from a kid.
Alex steals from minors. Alex takes advantage of kids with valuable sets. And I'd be like,
it's a good thing I don't take audio out of context.
It's a good thing. Yeah, right. Never something you do. But no, he had a lot of Star Wars figures, and I did my best to put them back together because he has a little sister who ripped them apart piece by piece, limb by limb, hand by hand. I'm like, what in the world? And on top of that, she colored them. She colored them with permanent ink, like to make them look, I don't know, there's like pink and like a bunch of bright colors all over them, but not Captain Rex, thank goodness. So I looked up Captain Rex. I was like, he doesn't look like the same one in these pictures. And I found him. And he's in like a small set. Mm-hmm. And he's worth like well over $100. Yeah. And he's in great shape.
I think he's $200.
He's sold for well over $200, new and used. I looked on Bricklink. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, now I feel better about ripping that kid off. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. I don't even know if I have. It made me kind of curious. Are there other minifigures? I think I told you, like, you got to tell me if there's any other minifigures that are worth some money.
Yeah, you have some. I mean, I'm probably more into the minifigures as far as following what's worth than you. But a lot of it has to do with the Star Wars I collect.
Yeah,
that's where a lot of the value
That's where the money is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, all right. The other thing. Some of the Lego stores have switched to boxes. Oh. And evidently, you can't use your cup if you bring it in.
Our cup.
What do you think about that? Is that weird?
So if like this is your Pick-a-Brick cup, and you go in, and they're no longer using Pick-a-Brick cups, and you go, I just want to do a refill, because that would save you 50 cents, right? Like, oh, sorry, we don't do that anymore. You're going to have to use our cardboard boxes, is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah. And it seems like their whole point is we're trying to be more environmentally friendly. Mm-hmm. This seems to be kind of counterintuitive to that.
Counterintuitive.
Because you're now making them use a box, right? Anyway.
Yeah. I as far as the boxes go, I think it's a fine change.
I don't have a problem with the boxes. Yeah. If you already have a cup, why not let you use it? That's, I guess, the point I would make.
So basically, if you have a lot of them at home, you're going to keep a lot of them at home.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
I have a lot of them, dozens, all over the place. I have a big old stack.
It's my retirement plan.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So. All right, so there's one other thing that I think Lego just unveiled today. So a couple days ago when you watched this. They have a couple of gifts with purchase coming out.
You don't say.
And supposedly, they start December 1st. So they'll already be out when this comes. But I was curious. They have the wintertime horse-drawn carriage.
Wintertime?
I think that's what it is.
Is that what it's called, the wintertime?
Wintertime carriage ride is what it's called.
The wintertime carriage ride. I like the springtime carriage ride myself, but...
And then there's the Christmas ornaments, or the baubles.
No. Apparently they're baubles. Don't you see the R?
No. I think it's listed as... Ooh, we just got a package delivered. Ooh. Anyways.
So huge.
I don't know what that is, man.
You guys can't see it, but it's got to be like this, and it's like this tall off the ground. Is it Lego? It doesn't look like a Lego box. It's got the green on it.
Here we go. It's a breaking news first.
Look at this is the biggest box. I mean, if it is Lego, yeah, I think.
I don't know. I'm not going to open it right now, though, because it might be a gift for someone.
That's true. It might be for me.
So there you go. There's almost a haul on breaking news.
Almost a haul. You almost had
It's
it,
an
guys.
almost haul.
Darn it. Anyway, so the Borble thing, yeah,
the
that
Borble.
was. Well, Mindy and I were doing this opening of insider rewards that Lego sent us. One of them was a bobble, and I'm calling it a bobble because that's what it is.
B-A-U-B-L-E.
A bobble. And in the comments, people were like, you dumb Americans don't know how to pronounce it. It's pronounced Borble. And
Well, we
like,
don't use that word really.
we don't
I
use
would
it.
say.
No, I've never heard of this word. And then other people were like, in America, like, I'm an American. I'm in this state. And I know what it's called and how it's pronounced. And I'm like, what? I looked this up, and apparently I am not wrong. Let me just say, I looked it up, and there are two pronunciations. There is, of course, the European way, which is Borble. And I even pushed a little audio button on my computer, and it comes out, and the female voice says, Borble. Borble. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Okay, now let's go to the American pronunciation. Bobble. Bobble.
Bobble.
Let me hear that again.
Bobble.
Okay, one more time, just make sure I'm not going crazy.
Bobble.
Okay, I'm not wrong. So I guess this is one of those instances where we're both right. There's an American way to say it. Like every time, there's always an American way to say it. And there is, of course, the European way to say it, which is a borable. Isn't that a borable?
That is horrible. What that is.
Anyway.
Or as we say in America, hobble.
Horrible. Yes. Anyway, there you go. I had to get that monkey off my back on that one.
There you go.
Thanks.
That was the main reason I
That was
pulled that up.
Thanks for bringing that
But
up
I do
for
like
me.
the carriage. I think that's kind of cool.
It is good looking.
It's not a bad looking thing.
You know what? That might look okay in the city.
I don't know.
It's a gift with purchase?
Yeah. Is it gonna be? It depends on what the threshold is. This is saying
$250.
$150. If it's $150,
You know, if I
that's
live to see the day where a gift with purchase requires $1,000 purchase,
it better be one heck of a gift with purchase.
yeah, better be.
Yeah.
I mean, a $250 threshold.
I've come to accept it. It's sad that I have to accept it, but it's the only thing I know here.
Usually it was like $50. It was like $100 was the big one.
Yeah.
$100 was like, whoa, that's a big threshold right there, man. $250.
I think the first 250 was that. I want to say it was last year when they had the 5-in-1 Lego house set, but it was 5.
Oh, I remember that.
bills.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, myself included, I hadn't been to Lego house at the time. It was like, oh, this is cool, I guess. I didn't know what it was. But now having been there, it's a lot cooler to me. I have to be honest. So it probably isn't as cool to you as it is to me, just because of you haven't been there and you haven't seen those things. So I know and you don't, and that's okay. That's the way life is.
Jeez.
I don't know.
All right, there you go.
That was, I don't know.
Okay, so they got some ornaments or baubles?
Yep.
All right, we got some baubles.
Yep. And you can change them. Woo.
Oh, great.
Exciting.
I cannot believe that's actually a option with Lego. Who knew?
I'm glad they're giving me permission.
Man. Anyway, did you close the
Yeah,
laptop?
I think we've done everything.
Well, we made it.
There was one other thing. We didn't talk about the race cars that are coming out next year. They're going to be F1 race cars. But
So
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I'm an F1 fan, although this season I think I watched less than 3 races because it was boring. Hey, congrats to Max. I mean, that's fantastic. Winning 19 of the 22 races is great for you, but incredibly boring for fans. I mean, and not to say that it's usually always. Oh man, I'm going on a rant. Hold on, I gotta use my 4th timeout and just stop myself there. And I hope it's. Do you know what team it is? Is it on an actual Formula One team?
Let me look.
I hope it's not Red Bull.
It's not Red Bull.
Is it McLaren? But they did the McLaren already with the 1/8 scale. Ferrari or McLaren. Williams would be awesome, but Williams is kind of like a bottom team though right now. Yeah.
It's a leak, so I have to find it somewhere.
Oh, that's fine if it's a leak. Oh, it is McLaren.
So there's 2 of them. There's a smaller
Ayrton
one.
Senna.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna have minifig.
It's gonna have a Senna minifig.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's gonna be $80. It's 693 pieces and $80.
I don't
There's
care.
that one, and then there's another one.
I just want the Senna minifig. Are you kidding me? It's Ayrton Senna.
Yes. Joey, I don't know who that is either.
He's like arguably the best driver ever in Formula One. Even Michael Schumacher confesses this. Hamilton says this. I don't know if Max said it. But yeah, dude, he's a 3-time world champion. Tragic death. But man, the guy was just an animal. He just drove. There's this awesome video of him driving through the Monaco Grand Prix with one hand. And this is back in the 80s. I think it was the 80s. Mm-hmm. I'm like, the cars were like nothing like they are right now with the technology. Dude was like not human.
Wow.
Man. A Senna minifig? Dude, that will automatically be one of my favorite minifigures. And I don't care, like the car, if it's like, it looks like it's a smaller car.
Yeah,
like, is it a Speed Champ?
It's $80.
Oh, okay, so
it's not, it can't be.
It's like the Technic Senna that came out.
Yeah.
The blue one, right? Because they called that was the McLaren Senna or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I can't find the other one. The other one I thought they said, and I just saw that one today. It's going to be a Mercedes.
Well, that was great news for me.
We can't show you the pictures anyways because I don't have any. So anyway.
That's fantastic, guys.
So there you go.
Ayrton Senna minifig.
There you go.
I love it. Well, that is a great
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to me. Woohoo! But that doesn't come out till next year, though.
I think March is the rumor.
All right. Well, maybe I can pre-order it 3 months in advance.
Well, all I got to do is make it till March then, and I know I'll beat you in no buy.
That's true. Yeah,
right.
I don't care. I'm out.
Okay. Well, I think we have exhausted our time and our audience.
Yes. Thank you so much for suffering through that. Comment below if you're still here on this, and
welcome to News and Rants. I guess
let us know. News and Rants. You know what? I do this in every
community
video.
Commentary
I don't even
and
know.
rants.
Well, we're
Ask Alex
trying.
and
We got to
rant.
do more. I'm getting all the negativity out of the way because like. The fourth week is like Christmas. It is like the day after. So
we may do something a little different for rants.
We might shift gears a little bit and do something.
Yeah.
Oh, and for something completely different. Yeah. All right.
And hopefully it'll be good, but Oh,
it's
the other thing we didn't talk about.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I don't have a shirt on.
You may have seen the post. These shirts, if you want one, they're available. We have partnered. There's a small seller on Etsy that supplied our shirts. We bought them.
Yeah.
I reached out. I'm like, hey, do you want to be the official Bricklink News shirt supplier? And she
You're
was like, ooh, I don't know what that means.
I'm like, kind of a big deal.
We have people asking for these. Would you want to offer them? So they've added those to their store. We'll put the link in the description if you want to buy one. You can do that. We have the classic official Bricklink News gray.
Yes.
And then there's 2 other options. We have the Team Jason Dodger blue and the Alex Giants orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're like, what colors do you want? I'm like, that might be kind of fun.
Orange and blue.
No one's gonna buy an orange one, are they? Seriously?
Heck yeah, they will. Orange is awesome. How about black and orange? Should have just had a black. Black's the color.
Well, but
I
this
got
is
this
kind of
one.
like this. So
Yeah, the charcoal's fine. No, it's all good. You know what? I'm just flattered that people actually want to buy the shirt.
Yeah.
There
Someone
you go.
said in a comment they did. So I don't know.
All
We
right.
don't make any money. Just so you're aware.
Yeah.
This is just help a small business if you want.
Yeah.
They've made really good shirts. I've really been happy
No,
with them.
it's been it's a great shirt.
know,
it's comfortable. Like
yeah.
a lot of new shirts are like, oh, that's not really. You got to break it in.
It's a good quality
Yeah.
shirt.
See how stretchy it is? Nice and stretchy.
Don't touch me. I'm uncomfortable. No, I think it's good. But if you don't want one, that's fine.
Get yours today.
Yeah. So, and for those of you, I will tell you this, for those of you out of the United States, the seller on their website does not have options to ship internationally. She did tell me she might be able to make some exceptions. There might be some additional shipping costs.
Yeah, well, I'd
So
imagine.
if you want, you can send us an email at, where did the email?
Do I email you or me? Don't
Jason's
email
Bricks
me.
and- you're supposed to. That's where you're
Email
supposed to.
jasonsbricksin5@gmail.com for more information about your
That was
purchase.
smooth.
You like
Yeah,
that?
if you
Such a smooth
really
transition.
truly are interested, email me and I can reach out to her and see what we can do. But the shirts,
Maybe we can do a deal.
they're generally about $25 US. I think that they have sales that are regularly on there, but anyways, there you go. That was it. That was the only thing we forgot to mention.
We did it.
We made it.
Woo! Wow.
And so did you, if you're still here.
Just barely. Wow.
So.
I don't know, man. That was great.
All right. So, what do we want to do?
As always, we would like to thank today's sponsor.
No, we don't.
No. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's
Today
right.
we have something new.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Today we have a special presentation at the end of Breaking News. We have a new segment, Consumer Reports, with Chet Turlington. We're going to turn it over so you can see a little preview. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. Here it comes.
Chet Turlington with Breaking News Consumer Reports, fighting for you. I'm here with another consumer that's been wronged by a rogue business. Let's see what Miss Fiverton has to say.
Thank you, Chet. I contracted with a local company, Mardi Gras Man Movers, to move my personal belongings. Some of my belongings have come back damaged, and my couch has gone missing. I can't seem to get in touch with them. Can you help me?
So I've tracked down Mardi Gras Man Movers, and I'm going to try to get some answers for Miss Fiverton. Hello, Mr. Mardi Gras Man. I'm Chet Turlington with Breaking News Consumer Reports. Do you have a moment?
What's up, guys? Mardi Gras Man 23 here.
I wanted to talk to you briefly on behalf of Miss Fiverton. First off, I understand you packed her belongings for her move. How did you pack them?
That's what you call extra super duper protection. This is a bubble mailer with a box inside.
Wait, you only packed things in a box and a bubble mailer?
I had a big skate case that I put it was about this big.
You used a skate case to move someone's personal belongings?
I wonder if that's more rare.
Well, I would say it is rare and quite inadequate, sir. Your customers say that you rarely show up with enough people to help perform the move. How many do you normally have help?
You're never going to see more than three there.
Sir, that doesn't seem like nearly enough help for those big jobs. But to make matters worse, many customers have complained that you overcharge them for jobs once they're completed, telling them that the job took multiple days. Why is that?
You can use one coupon per day.
Now, Miss Fiverton has stated that you did not move all of the belongings from the original residence that you were supposed to. What do you have to say about that?
It always brings a question about you spend so much time, but why? Nobody's ever going to look in every floor.
I must say, that is an appalling response. Your customer has stated that some of her belongings that you were contracted to move did show up, but they were damaged and wet.
I still think it fell off the boat.
Wait, if you knew this, why didn't you tell the customer?
I was in the house trying to get her attention.
This is clearly a lack of care for your customer's belongings. So let's quickly talk about the couch.
Alex wants that couch out of there.
Sir, who is Alex?
Well, I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Alex says he can turn the couch or move the couch, and then the couch could stay and he could still expand.
I'm still not clear on who this other guy is that you're referring to. But what happened to Miss Fiverton's missing couch?
I don't have any couch. As a matter of fact, we don't have any spare beds.
We aren't asking about a bed. We're asking about Miss Fiverton's couch.
I took the Mardi Gras room. There actually is a bed in there.
The Mardi Gras room? What is that?
I made my wife her own room. So it's kind of like a giant walk-in closet for her.
Oh.
And then in this room, I took the bed out.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mardi Gras, but I'm not sure that you are clearly fit to run a business. Your answers seem like nonsense with you and your imaginary friend Alex. I'm sorry to say I will have to report to my audience to stay away from Mardi Gras Man Movers.
Because we really appreciate the honesty.
So Mardi Gras Man Movers, you've been busted.